to all the interesting startups. We have a CA sitting here right along with us. His name is Mr. Rajendra, and he's going to answer few of our questions, whatever we have, which is going to be very informative to us. So, Rajendra, why don't you tell me what are the ways to start a business?
Uh, Navya, I mean, as a startup, I mean, if you want to start the business afresh, you can either start it as a proprietorship or as a partnership, or you can also register yourself as a limited liability partnership. And also, I mean, the upcoming government boost is going towards the private limited. These 4 5 ways you can actually start it. It depends how your future plan is. If you want to grow big, you have a clear clarity towards your future. You are very sure that you are not going to experiment it. It is a tested business model. Then you start with something like private limited, which take a very lesser time nowadays. In say 5 to 8 days, you will have all your registrations set. But whereas if you go to partnership or a proprietorship, so it is kind of entry is easy and also exit is easy. Okay, if you want to experiment something, it's new, your future is glare, I mean you don't know, I mean you are putting up will go through or not, then you can definitely go for a proprietorship or a partnership. That is how you can start it per se.
Sounds interesting. So I have one question from mine. So if I, how smooth is it for me to exit if I want to start as a limited liability partnership, or is it always safe for me to go start off with a proprietorship or a partnership initially when I don't have any experience?
See, I mean, if you start it as a limited liability partnership or a private limited company per se, exit is little tougher. Comparatively, limited liability partnership is smoother exit. Will give you a smoother exit. There is nothing much, no much compliance you need to do. But if it is a private limited, definitely you will have to struggle over a year to close it. It is not just you shut your shop and go out. Okay, if it is a proprietorship or a partnership, registered or unregistered, it is a very easy exit. You tomorrow, if it is a partnership, you make a dissolution deed between yours, I mean, which we technically call as, I mean, a closure agreement. Okay, you put it up and it is closed. You take care of the existing taxations, whatever you did till now, you take care of those taxation and it is closed. Even in case of a proprietorship, there is nothing much, no formalities involved. You can jump into other businesses also. But if you are a private limited, yes, it will give you some hurdles. LLP, not very much. I mean, you can exit in a month's effort. It will take. You are out of it. If you are, yeah, with respect to, I mean, your specific question on how easy it is if you are starting afresh on the business. Uh, it all depends on your business plan, how big it is. I mean, you want to experiment something, you are not sure it's going to go through or not, then you start with proprietorship or a partnership. Okay, but only problem with these proprietorship and a partnership is you won't get recognized or you won't get trusted by biggies. If you want to get tie up with a corporate, okay, they may not tie up with you just because, I mean, you are just starting and you do not have that proper setup. Okay, the best way in that scenario is LLP, limited liability partnership. Why? Because if it is a LLP, you also have option to convert it to a private limited, retaining the same name and all your credentials. Uh, that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you. Coming to my next question, how the business is usually taxed?
Okay. Uh, see, it the tax rates in India depends on how you are incorporated. If you are an individual, it is a general slab. I mean, how you are taxed in for on your salary or your rental incomes, the same rates you are taxed. Okay, it may go up. It varies from 5% to 30%, depending on the income levels. Okay, if you are a partnership and LLP, you are taxed at a straight slab of 30%. All your income, profits, taxed at 30%. But the government's focus on the private limited, okay, which gives you a lot of tax cuts. Kind of, in general, if your company's turnover is less than 400 crore, okay, in any year, your tax rate is only 25% in general tax rate, as against a regular tax rate of 30% for a LLP or a partnership. Okay, if your turnover is more than 400 crore, okay, in any year, then it will be taxed at 30%. Okay, when we say tax rate, it will be added with the surcharge and cess at the applicable rates. Cess is around 4% on your tax, and surcharge varies from 7 to 12.5%. Okay, and there are certain special benefits also. Probably we can take it up separately.
So my next question is, what kind of tax benefits which are available particularly for startups?
Okay. See, if you are starting up afresh, okay, very recently government has come up with some amendment or ordinance saying you would have heard in the media that there is a big rate slash for the corporates. Okay, you can take all the benefit if you are a startup. There are specific provisions related to 15% taxation if you are into manufacturing and you are incorporated after this last October 2019. Okay, then you are eligible to take that 15%. Okay, instead of 25 or 30% tax, it will be 50% reduced almost. Okay, you will be paying tax at 15%. If you are service, if you are into service or you don't want to go for that 15% tax rate, you also can opt for 22% tax rate. That is open for all and all companies. Okay, and if you are a registered startup, if you are recognized under Startup India program, you also have an option to take 3-year tax holiday. That means you don't pay any tax for 3 years, any chosen 3 year out of the first 7 year. That 3 year you don't pay any tax on any of your profits. So all these you can take, but also it comes with some riders saying if you are availing these benefits, you cannot avail certain special benefits. Apart from that, these 3 or 4 windows they can definitely use.
Thank you. So my next question is on investment. So do we have to pay tax on investments?
See, how investment works. See, startups definitely require investment. Usually they go for an angel investor or a initial seed funding. Okay, if you are a proprietorship, it is very unlikely that you will be getting an investment in proprietorship or a partnership. Okay, usual investment are coming to the private limited. Okay, in private limited, if your investment, the receipt of investment is at par with the market value as per company's valuation, then you don't have to pay tax. But your valuation is 100 crore and you are taking the investment at a inflated valuation, okay, say 150 crore, then the differential is offered to tax. Okay, but this was in many time used as a tool for harassment by the department, or there are lot of ambiguity in the provisions of the law which are leading to dispute between the department and the taxpayer. So what Government of India did, they have given the relaxation to the startups. If you are an eligible startup and you are recognized under Startup India program, okay, and there are subject to certain riders, you can get away with the complete provision of investment, taxation on the investment. Otherwise, yes, to the extent of the money which is more than the market value of your valuation, this is taxed.
Thank you for giving your useful inputs that I'm sure a lot of startups will take this video back and they will definitely work on taxations and all those things. And thanks a lot, Rajendra, for answering all the questions. And thanks, BIS Standards, for giving this much of information for all the startups, especially about taxation, since I know many startups might not be able to afford an CA as soon as they start. So, so this video is going to be definitely helpful for all the startups who are very curious to know about the tax side of a startup. Thank you.